Hello everybody, my name is Andrew Ambrose, and this is the official creator's commentary for Pac-Man's Slumber Party. As you might already know, it's a Pac-Man plush video that I made just as I was finishing high school and first released onto my YouTube channel back in July of 2022, almost 3.5 years ago. And as of December 16th, 2025, which is when I'm recording this commentary, it is my most successful project I've ever made. It's the most successful thing I've done thus far in my entire life. Of all the things I've done and all the things I've put on the internet, this is the one thing that's gotten the farthest reach out of everything, and the largest amount of comments, the most likes. It's the thing that's made the farthest reach at this current point moving forward. You guys really seem to love that video, and I can understand why. It's a crossover, it's a long video, it's a full-on thing, it's got a fun premise, a slumber party. And well, I figured this year, since Christmas is coming, I figured I'd give you guys a little treat. Aside from the Bomberman video I just did about Toy Pop, but I treat you all to a commentary about Pac-Man's Slumber Party because, it's good to give insight on this sort of thing. I was inspired by the commentaries done by Team 4-Star that they did for their Dragon Ball Z Abridged series. They went through all the episodes they did of DBZA and, did commentary on them, and I figured I should do that too for my own stuff because it's great to let your fans know insight on stuff, especially in case you forget it later on down the road and can't remember it again. I'm very, very concerned about stuff like that, so, hey, that's why we're doing it now. But before we begin, I thought I'd give a little insight on, how this all came about. I feel it'd only be appropriate. Okay, so 2022, I had started making plush videos. I started making them in late 2021, around October or November of 2021. In 2022, I had been making a few other ones with the Pac-Man cast, and also I had a plush of Kirby because of a plush series that one of my former friends was making at the time that I agreed to help with for something that I filmed myself. I had experimented with plush stuff for about a few months at that point, around, April or May of 2022. And it was at a certain point when I came up with an idea, like a short little funny scene idea involving Pac-Man, Kirby, and Clyde. And it was doing that combined with, after the credits, a European company that makes merchandise releasing an official Bomberman plush, and of course also me buying said plush with my birthday money because that was the year I turned 18, my birthday's in April, that I realized, hey, this could be a video. I could finally try my hand at doing a scripted story with the plushes and, do all the things with the camera work and the voices and just writing out a story and doing all that. This was basically my calling to finally get that going. At the time, though, I was like I said, I was still in high school, and I didn't have the time to really do stuff like that. Like, I needed to have the full time of day to really film things and everything, and I knew I wouldn't really get that coming home after school, only having a few hours to myself before I had to go to bed and then go to school again. And of course, I don't like to work on the weekends, so I didn't want to have to sacrifice those just for a video. So I knew I'd have to wait until I was just out of high school since, it was only a few months before I would graduate. So what ended up happening was that within the last week of high school, in June of 2022, I wrote the whole script throughout the course of the week. I would do all my work for, whatever class I was in, depending on the class, obviously. If the teacher was cool enough after I finished everything, I would ask them if I could go to the library and just chill there for the rest of the period. And, sometimes they'd say yes, and I would get to go there, and I would take as much time as I could in the library when I didn't have anything else to do, like with no other assignments, to just pull out my phone, open up the Google Docs app, and just write that script. I wrote the whole script of that video in the library at my high school over the course of a week, of a school week, in June of 2022, and lo and behold, I managed to, crank out a story. I graduated at the end of the month. I went to Too Many Games 2022, which was a blast. And eventually, after about a week of, celebrating my newfound freedom, that's when I finally got to start filming. It took me about a week, maybe 2 weeks to... Actually, I think it took about a few days to film everything. Like, maybe 4 days. I don't remember the exact number of days. And then about another week to edit everything together. And lo and behold, it was finished by the end of July. And after some time, I don't remember exactly when, but... I think about a year after the video came out, that's when it finally surpassed everything else I had done on my YouTube channel. And now we're at this current point, we're at over 150,000 views, which on my only video so far to crack over 100,000 views, and the only one of 3 videos to get over 25,000 views. It's still impressive that I even managed to, do something like that. Obviously, it's not a lot compared to a lot of other YouTubers, but you gotta take your victories where you can get them. And it's, gotten me... I imagine a lot of you guys are subscribed to me because of that video, and if you are, I appreciate your patronage and your support. Just the way things played out like that, it's amazing, really. I guess that's about it. We'll pause during the commentary if I need to, mention anything, of course. But, yeah... That's basically some easy context. So without further ado, let us begin the video. Just gotta pull it up. Ready, and... hold on. Go. Gotta start with the Pac-Man music. Beautiful shot of my backyard. Dragon Spirit music. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Oh man, look how beautiful it is outside. Also, fun fact about this, it's interesting seeing this now because my backyard doesn't have as much open space as it did when I made this, because just this past year, the old farm in our family finally was my family had been trying to sell it off for years, and just this year they finally got that all squared away, and they had to move all the animals from it to other places. My mom took the responsibility of taking care of the pig that used to be at that farm. In fact, it's the very same pig, Wilson, that you see in the little epic pig shot gag that I did at the end of my one of my more recent videos, Gooey's Wormy Business.
Epic pig shot.
And when we got Wilson, they had a pen built in the backyard for him to just be there. This, of course, was long before all of that, so I had all this open space. I think this might have also been before my mom had a pavilion built in the backyard for her to do work in. I don't exactly remember. It might have already been built. It's been 3 years since this was made, so I don't remember exactly when that was built. But I know this was before the pen was built, so I had all that open space to run around, to show Pac-Man flying through the sky with beautiful Shinji Hosoe music playing. Well, granted, it's NES Famicom chiptune arrangement of his original music from the arcade, but it's still Shinji Hosoe, and it's still really good because he's a great composer. But yeah, this nice opening scene with some beautiful music. Watch out for that! Ah! Tree wakes up. Fun fact: the first time I ever voiced Pac-Man for anything was for 2 videos I did. I did a short video where Clyde is, waking up Pac-Man from bed, and then another video where Clyde and Inky are playing the Atari VCS Pac-Man and just talking about it while playing it, which was also the first time I actually had Blinky in a video. When I initially did Pac-Man and stuff, originally I had the idea, I don't know how the hell I decided this, but I initially had the idea of giving him like a wacky, like over-the-top personality and a voice. I don't know why I did that. It was so weird. It was like, whoa, hey guys! I don't even remember exactly what I did, but the videos are still up. You can go, you know, I can show them right here.
Well, boys, that's my cue. Yo!
Yeah, when I made this video, I realized, or I think even sometime after I did those, I realized it was a stupid idea. So I just, was like, you know what? We're not gonna do that. We're just gonna play it normal. In fact, when I did this initial scene of Pac-Man waking up and, from his nightmare of running into a tree like Ash Ketchum, originally I was thinking I wanted to try doing a higher pitched voice for him. I think it was because I was inspired by Namco Video Game Graffiti Volume 1, where Pac-Man had a higher voice, which honestly fits him really well. Obviously, it's a more cuter Pac-Man voice, but I don't know, it fits for him. I like it a lot. But after a few tries, I really couldn't get something that I liked.
Alright, let's do this. Yeah! Ah! Alright, no, that was... Fuck. Shit. Alright, yeah, that's all.
So I just basically went with my normal voice, but with a lot of energy, so it's still very much Pac-Man. Kind of like what Martin Sherman did for Pac-Man World 3, but obviously not trying to mimic him, because I'm not as this is a controversial opinion, I'm not as crazy about his Pac-Man as most other fans are. Martin Sherman's a great actor. It's not even his fault. It's just the way that they had him do Pac-Man's voice in Pac-Man World 3. And also Pac-Man World 2 Repack, which was made 3 years after this video was made. But obviously it's the similar idea of just a regular guy full of fun and wit and love and energy. Basically, something like this, with a lot of, determination and trust and care and just very, very courteous and very full of life and, stuff like that. It's basically like that. This is where I would decide to just do that, and it's worked out well for me, and I still do Pac-Man's voice like that to this day. So, yeah, it's interesting seeing how much, I came up with making this video, how much had already been decided beforehand, and how much I hadn't decided yet with this video until after I made it with all the other videos I've done. In fact, this video and everything that came before it, I consider them to not be canon to my, basically, plush canon universe thing in my YouTube videos. I consider this and all the previous stuff to be like pilots for what I would eventually do after it. Which, of course, like the Missing Apples and the Christmas special I did in 2022. Those are basically really the true start of the actual canon of my plush videos, my scripted plush videos specifically. Yeah, it's just fascinating, really. You gotta love it, Yeah, you gotta love it.
That was the third time this week I had a freak accident during a flying dream. At least it wasn't a grizzly bear this time, though.
Kuma from Tekken, because Namco. Actors and music!
Can't waste my time like this.
Coincidentally enough, it's now the 35th anniversary of ActRaiser, just this month.
I've got it!
Oh boy!
Kirby!
These oranges.
Oh, sweet merciful God up in heaven. This was, this of course was my first time voicing Kirby, Bomberman, and Pinky for, any of my stuff. This is actually not the first time I did this higher pitched voice. I actually first did this for something, I mentioned the series that my former friend was doing back in the day, which partially led to me doing my own plush videos. There was an episode of that where I had to. There was a girl character for the episode, they had no one else to fill in for him, and they didn't know any, like, female voice actors to, do the role for them. So we both basically decided, you know what, I'm gonna give it a shot, because someone has to voice this character. Sadly, though, I didn't really know how to really tackle it, so I just kind of winged it. It sounded like crap.
He's the one you've been helping become a better person, right, big brother?
But it helped me really kind of start to really figure out how to do that higher register, which eventually I did figure out by the time I did, which I think before, up to the point of making this, I had kind of like played around with it and really started to kind of crack the code on it. And this video was really where I was like, yeah, I can do it. I mean, granted, this video, I was still not used to really doing it that often, and it sounded terrible because I was so dehydrated and groggy. It's a miracle that people love this video as much as it does, because the way Kirby and the other higher pitched characters sounded here, it's so groggy. It's so like unrefined. Like, I've gotten so much better at doing the voice.
I could do it a lot better now. I could do it way better now. You can't even hear it in all the videos I've done this year.
But it's like, yeah. That and the fact that back then I was way more dehydrated than I am usually. So a lot of my takes were like very like dehydrated like this. It's gotten better since then, thankfully. And I always do try to drink water whenever I do the voices, because it really does help. Especially when I get a lot of phlegm in my throat, like you're hearing just now. But yeah, it's like fucking... It's amazing. Like, every single one of the lines with Kirby, Bomberman, and Pinky in this video, I can do way better now. Like here, right? This first line, like,
oh boy, I can't wait to eat these oranges.
Like, that was a pretty decent take. And of course, that's a reference to PT64. You guys remember her? Way back in, like, the old YouTube.
Oh boy, I'm gonna eat this cake and oh god, it's gone!
Fucking, her Kirby video, like, I mainly watched her Mega Man videos, because they were fucking awesome. And it was when I was getting into Mega Man, but I also loved her Kirby videos, because they had really good artwork and were pretty cute. Even though it had a lot of that late 2000s energy and stuff. I don't know, there's still some nostalgia in there, And plus, she had a really cute voice and everything for all the characters. They were fun videos. They were really goofy and silly, and they were definitely formative to me as a youth. Also, you can notice in the background, there's my backpack just chilling out there and stuff. Also, this is one of the rare times I filmed at my dad's house. The only other video I think I filmed at my dad's house for my plush content specifically, was the Christmas special, where they're in the kitchen, cooking, making cookies and stuff. But other than that, this is like one of the only 2 times in my plush stuff where I filmed at my dad's house, at least, from what I can remember. There might be some I'm forgetting. But yeah, this is one of the scenes filmed there, and it's just, that's why my backpack is there, because, I carry my stuff in it. So I sometimes take it with me when I go to be with my dad. To hang out with my dad, I mean. But yeah, he's got oranges. And yes, that is my dad's orange bowl. I don't think he's had that bowl out with oranges in a long time. But, a lot of the times when I would go there, he'd just have that bowl out with oranges for me and my brother to snack on, or for him to snack on. It's nice. It's a good bowl, too. And it made for good content. Play.
Huh?
They just drop it in.
I just thought I'd drop in.
Hey!
Ooh, oranges.
Ooh.
Can I have one?
Sure, what's up?
Sure, what's up?
Well, it's quite simple.
Yeah, the sound effect.
I've been wasting a lot of time this week, barely doing anything. Seeing as today was Friday, I immediately thought of the perfect plan.
The whole crux of this plot is definitely very self-reflective. Well, not self-reflective. It's based on my own modus operandi, where it's like I hate that I feel like I'm wasting time throughout the week, and I try to I I mean, it's not really a problem anymore because I've been, working on stuff throughout the week and everything. Even if I do obviously take days off to just take care of myself, little mental health breaks and all that, But, yeah, it's like the weekend is like the time to really cap off the week with something really good that'll, just add something to your life, even if it's just a little thing. Whether it's like beating a really good video game or watching a really good movie or TV show episode you've been meaning to get around to, or in Pac-Man's case, throwing a slumber party and just having an absolute baller time with two of his good buddies from other video game universes or other video game worlds. In my plush canon, they exist in the same universe, just on different planets. I had that idea when I made this, but I didn't fully execute it properly. It wouldn't be until later when I really did it properly, like with, the Christmas special and the other stuff where I've had Kirby visiting, where Pac-Man visits Kirby or is mentioned by Kirby. I need to put Bomberman in another thing with Pac-Man or Kirby, because, it's been a while. In fact, that's why I started doing the Bomberman series of videos where he talks about video games, partially because I needed to fill the void of lacking Bomberman content, and also lacking video game review content, because I basically stopped doing that after 2021, because, well, as much as I love talking about games, making the Andrew Reviews episodes took too much time for me to really feel it was worth doing it enough. And for the record, Andrew Reviews, I'm not it's not fully canceled, it's never coming back, but I stopped doing it. I might bring it back at some point, because, I don't fully just saying this is over now, and I'm never doing it again, but obviously, I don't do it anymore, but it's possible it could come back. And in the meantime, there's the Bomberman videos, because it's a similar idea, just in a more short-form way, that still allows me to really, talk about specifics that I feel are important in games. Yeah, that's about it. Play.
What would that be? What would that be?
Slumber party.
Slumber party?
That sounds like a wonderful idea, Pac-Man. Oh, that sounds like a wonderful idea, Pac-Man.
Well, besides defeating an alien menace from outer space, of course.
Space invaders.
Mind for this.
Or really
Well, I
any
didn't want to
shmup
do anything too
with alien
big
invaders.
For this, but
Big
I did
for
have
this?
someone else particularly in mind. Who would that be?
Who would that be?
Bomberman! The Joy-Card Sansui with Star Soldier! I've been a big fan of Star Soldier for a long time, so I had to put that in here for Bomberman's introduction. And of course have the Joy-Card controller from Hudson Soft, the Sansui SSS. This part I should have definitely did this a bit shorter. My original plan for this, I didn't write this in the script, but with the shots of Bomberman holding the controller, I was originally going to have him say some stuff while he's playing, but that never actually but I couldn't make it sound really that good.
Yeah, there we go.
That was terrible! Thank you, Andrew, in 2022. Also, you could see in the TV the reflection of my phone and me playing the game, and the window in the background. I mean, I definitely should have tried filming from a lower angle, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know if I could have done that, because the tripod I was using at the time was crap. It's the one I got back in 2019. And it just so happened that tripod broke during the making of the Christmas special later in the same year I made this.
It fucking broke. I'm gonna have to figure out something.
I carried on without it and finished the Christmas special, of course, but it was after that, that Christmas that my mom knew that I broke the tripod, so she gifted me a brand new tripod, which is the same one I still use to this day, and it's way better, it's fantastic, and I can't thank my mom enough for doing that for me, because it is a life saver. But yeah, as I was saying, this is I love that I did this scene. I should have cut it shorter. Or at least the way it ended up, I probably should have cut it shorter. But the reason why it's this long, not only just to show all the whole stuff with Lazarus and the Starbrain and all the secrets, and just showing Star Soldier, because it's a game I love. What I was I didn't write this in the script, but what I wanted to do was I wanted to have Bomberman, like, talking, saying stuff while playing the game. It's like, I still have the clip, actually, I think, of the outtake.
Get ready to boom, Lazarus. Get ready to boom, Lazarus. Get ready to boom, Lazarus.
But basically, I didn't like how that sounded. Like, the takes I was giving, I was like, it sounds wrong. I shouldn't do this. So I was just like, screw it. We're cutting out, like, we're not going to have the audio in. We're just going to cut the audio, just only have the audio of the game audio, and just show Bomberman's hand holding the controller, playing it. Like, you can tell it's him, unless you'd never seen Bomberman before, or if you just didn't look at the title screen. But, it's like, you see him, it's like, you see his hands, you see his lower body, and you see it's a Hudson Soft controller and a Hudson Soft game. So, it's I don't know. It's a cool introduction. And, yeah, I still like it, but yeah, oh my god. The take, like, oh Jesus, it's so crusty, I don't like it. It's like, I could do it way better now, like,
Yeah!
Or,
Yeah! There we go!
like, that was definitely at least a little bit better. Hey!
Oh, hey guys, I didn't see you there. We've been
Oh,
waiting
hey guys!
here for
Oh, hey
10
guys, I didn't see you
minutes.
there!
What you guys
10 minutes!
Pac-Man, what?
Just a little bit of, just a little bit of, weird comedy. It's just like, we've been waiting here for 10 minutes! It's like the sort of weird, kind of unhinged, sort of Smosh kind of energy, a little bit. I don't know, it's like typical classic internet video skit humor, basically. But, yeah, they're coming together. And, of course, you could see the DDR mat. This was back when I was playing a lot of DDR. I always had the DDR mat out on my floor in case I wanted to play it, but eventually I got a desk chair, which is, like the one you see right here. It's obviously, this isn't the same one that I first got, but, that's when I started having a desk chair in my room, which is when I actually got a desk. Because I didn't have a desk when I made this, as you can see later on in the video. So I had to put the DDR mat away. I still have it, it's right down there. But I haven't used it in a long time because I just never... I was too late. I couldn't be screwed to pull it out and plug it into my Wii to play some DDR, which sucks because I love DDR. And it really was good exercise. It's just... stuff just doesn't work out the way you want to sometimes. But you make the best of what you have. But yeah, that DDR mat, that Wii DDR mat, I love it so much. And it's a neat little piece for the video, even though it makes a really plasticky, grinkly noise when you put stuff on it and you move around on it. You can definitely notice it in the video while I'm fucking doing my stuff.
Let's have a slumber party later. You want to join us? Oh, I'd
Pac-Man must have a slumber party
Count
later.
me in. Nice.
Coming
We'll
in.
meet up later at sundown.
Yeah, sundown. Right.
A slumber
Clyde!
party? That sounds like fun.
I don't know, the audio sounds kind of tinny.
Tinny.
Yeah, Clyde shows up. It's the boy. It's my main man. My dude. Well, one of my main dudes. This was before Bandana D. Like, I started doing stuff with Bandana D, so, like, Clyde was, like, my main dude. Like, 2023 was when I got my Bandana D plush and first started voicing Bandana D and really started to learn more about him and start to really appreciate him and love him as a character, which, of course, apexed in 2024 when I made the cosplay of him. But yeah, before all the Bandana D stuff, there was just Clyde and, the Pac-Man cast and Kirby and Bomberman. Clyde was my golden child, and he still is, in a way, because he's in all the Bomberman videos as a sidekick of sorts, so there you go.
Okay,
Inky.
I'll be right there.
It's really hard to hear him because he's really far away. When I did that fucking thing. Like, with Inky, like, Clyde, come on over, we're starting. What I did was I actually went in, I had the camera there, in that spot where it films Clyde. I went into the part where Inky is, which is in this spot, which is in my brother's bedroom. And I just went on over there and just said the line. I shouted it from all over there, so it'd be kind of realistic. It kind of worked. Sort of. I don't know, it's a little too quiet. I could have raised the volume on it a little bit, but anyway, here, you see Clyde rushing into the room, and there's the rest of the gang in front of a Nintendo Switch.
There you are, Clyde. Your controller's right there. Thanks.
Pac-Man versus! Which is fitting because they're all, because you play as the Ghost Gang in that game. And it made it really convenient to film the video.
Out there. I was just on my way back from the bathroom when I noticed Pac-Man. What was he doing?
Oh god, Pinky sounds so tired and bored. He's like, I mean, obviously I was trying to differentiate Pinky, but from Pac-Man and from, no, not from Pac-Man, from Kirby and Bomberman. This, like, the whole thing with her just like, but trying to do that combined with the fact that I wasn't really trained for that higher voice, she sounds not, for the most part, she doesn't sound that good in this video. Then and again, I'm kind of repeating myself, but yeah, it's like,
What was he doing?
like, that's a little better. My mouth is starting to dry up a little bit. I don't have any water with me, so apologies if I sound not in the best vocal condition today.
He was with Kirby and Bomberman, and he said he wanted to throw a slumber party later at sundown. A slumber party? This gives me the perfect idea.
Oh, naughty Blinky.
Alright, guys.
I love that transition. I love the way you go into his red face and then crossfade out from his red back. It, like, because his back is red, because his whole body is red. I love that I did that. It's a cool. I don't know. I haven't done a transition like that in a while. Like, where it's instead of like a black, it's like zoom in close to black and then zoom back out. I've done that, but I haven't done where you just zoom in slowly to a color and then zoom out the same color. It's a neat little transition. And of course, you've got the Wario Land music playing for their little scheming. Also, Blinky's voice. You'll notice here that this was before I really figured out exactly what I wanted with Blinky's voice, because I couldn't, like, I wanted to try to, give him the gruffness, but I wanted to do it really down low right here, like, just a really, low kind of voice, because I think that would fit him. But over time, and while I was doing this video, I realized I couldn't fully give him the energy I wanted for him, because I needed that energy for him while still being down there, but I couldn't really do it. And by the Christmas special, I was still doing that. But it was while making that I realized that there was one take I did that I really liked, that obviously I raised the pitch a little bit.
That's not even a Christmas song.
But it sounded better than he usually sounded. I was like, that was when we kind of started to realize that maybe I should bring it up a little bit. And by 2023, I started raising him up, and now he started to sound better. And, I basically just stuck with that even to this day with, So, he sounds like this, gruffy, but not, like, down, but, around my regular range, but still, like, full tough and gruff and sexy. Sorry about that. The parasites in me made me do it. Also, I just want to mention, I've said this before, I hadn't figured out exactly how to, like, do all the different things with all the characters. So, in this video, they're basically all in the same house together. For some reason, that's one of the problems with this, it's not very clear about that. Like, it kind of implies that they're all together in the same thing, which feels weird. Like, it would make sense if it was like a condominium or like a spring break motel thing, where they're all just happen to be close together. I don't know, it's like, I would eventually fix this by having them all be in separate places and make it clear that, like, when I use the whole house, it's the whole thing that gets used for, like, one whole place. Or, like, specific spots of the house get used for specific places to show that they're they're supposed to be in different places, even if it's filmed all in the same building, because my house is not the biggest, so I can only film in so many places, so I have to be resourceful with that. I think I've done a pretty decent job, but here you could clearly tell I wasn't really thinking about that when I made this. So it ended up just kind of having a weird, like, setup for the actual setting of the video. But anyway, let us continue.
I've come up with a great plan for a prank on Pac-Man.
With a great idea.
This sounds fun.
Yeah, it's so, yeah.
Is this about the slumber party?
Ooh, this sounds
Exactly.
fun.
Now, Clyde, we're gonna send you in to
Exactly.
join the little party
Okay.
while the rest of us set up our pranks. Yes, thank you so much,
Yes.
Blinky. I really
It
wanted to
sounds
join their
so
party.
lame. Why does
I'm surprised you landed in the
Blinky
middle of
sound
the
so
party. There's
lame?
some sort of catch to this.
I think Blinky wants to make us think we're not up to anything. That way our plan can't be
Oh.
effectively foiled.
Oh, Pinky. Oh, my sweet lord. Pinky. Sweetheart. You're, not only do you sound bad, but I can barely hear you under the music, Pinky. Like, yeah, like that. Like, obviously, you know, when I do that higher voice, I lose a bit of volume, because not all the full energy comes out, at least not fully, unless I'm, like, much higher up, I can get more volume out of that. But still, it's like, oh my god, Pinky! I can barely hear you! It's like that crappy Christmas movie that Curtis Connor reviewed, where he made a joke about Liam Neeson that I won't repeat because I don't want to gross anyone out. Because I like Curtis Connor, but sometimes he makes kind of gross... The jokes, the toilet humor he does in his videos is a little too excess. I mean, I just thought I'd mention that. This isn't the Andrew Ambrose opinion hour. This is the Andrew Ambrose creator's commentary of Pac-Man Slumber Party. You know, it's the title of the video.
Precisely, Pinky.
Alliteration.
I get it.
I love
Bring that
alliteration.
to the pranks.
I will use it whenever I can.
That's the golden.
That's the golden moment right there.
Alright, gang, we've got some time till sundown, so let's get to work.
Okay. I loved that,
Well,
like,
it's about that
I
time.
really love doing
So,
those
guys,
zoom in,
ready to
zoom
have
outs.
some fun?
You bet we
You
are.
bet we are.
Then let's get started.
Let's get started.
Movie time.
The Hobbit! Yes! I love the Rankin Bass Hobbit, so I had to put it in the video. I had to use my Wii with Wii MC, which is a homebrew app for the Wii that lets you play video files
Forgetting how Harry Spider-
on the Wii. I had to use that to get the footage of the movie playing on my TV. Run swiftly now.
Alright, Clyde, I'm gonna go back
Orson
to the
Bean
other
as Bilbo
You
Baggins.
go in whenever you're ready,
Alright, so-
and try not to make too much noise when I come back for you. Got it? Okay.
Okay, whatever, Blinky.
What is it? Spiders? What? I saw spiders. Spiders give me the willies. Oh, for crying out loud. Huh.
And they
Keep
just
forgetting how hairy
watch the
spiders
movie.
are. Pillow fight!
Pillow fight. Do wah wah wah. Oh yo yo. Wah wah wah. I definitely should have put something there. Yeah. Kirby just stands there. Then they start fighting. I love how I did the shots of the pillows, especially this one. This one, I used to keep boxes in my closet, like boxes from packages I've bought on, like, you know, on the internet. I used to keep those boxes up in the top of my thing, so when I was filming that scene, like when I threw it into a closet and they just fall down, it's a great shot. It's great to like show just like sort of chaos where everything falls down. Like I kept the boxes in there as like a sort of record of sorts, like to keep track of all like addresses of like places I bought stuff, you know, just in case I needed that information later on for whatever would it be needed for. But eventually I realized that was just taking up space. I needed to make room for stuff I actually needed to put in my closet. So eventually, like, I don't know when I did it. It would have probably been within a year after I made this video. I recycled all the packaging boxes, not the boxes of, like, stuff I bought, like, where it's, like, you know, video game console boxes and other, like, important, like, packaging boxes, but, like, the mail the packages from, like, Amazon and eBay, like, you know, just, like, the actual thing that the thing gets put in and they send it in the mail. I recycled all of those because, you know, I just couldn't keep them in there anymore. I needed space in my closet. I did obviously keep the stuff that was in those boxes, like the receipts and everything, in case I needed those, but the boxes themselves, gone! Out of here! 23 skidoo! Sucker! Continue.
Huh?
Also, you got the Kunio-kun music, because it's awesome.
Oh man, we missed the rest of the movie.
Bum 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 bum.
I feel like I died in someone's bathroom.
Creepypasta reference. Oh, I love this part.
What are they doing
This
now?
edit's really good. Yes!
Ha! You missed me! Ah!
SpongeBob reference. Oh, I love the cut of them throwing the pillow and like, just hitting the ghost. That's still a part I love in this video. And I gotta say, like, that edit, that edit was basically me just showing off that I loved Jackie Chan's style of editing in his action movies, like, from the 80s. Like, I remember, like, watching his, the documentary of him from the 90s, and, like, basically him explaining how he edits fight scenes. And how, like, the way he knows when to cut when it comes to, like, blows and stuff. I basically, like, learned that and used it in my own, like, videos and stuff, or just stuff in general. And that was basically a demonstration of that. I don't know, I'm just a huge nerd for that kind of stuff. And of course, you gotta love the SpongeBob reference with Pac-Man right there. But anyway, Bomberman's right there with my laptop and also my Pac-Man plug and plays from way back in the day. I didn't have those when I was a kid, but they are like old ones from the 2000s they're awesome because yes.
Bullseye.
Huh?
It's time for my grand finish.
Kirby with the big pillow.
It can't be.
Also, this music is from a Capcom game called Mad Gear, also known as LED Storm. If you grew up in, like, the Amiga years, you'll probably know that game for the soundtrack it had, but this is obviously the arcade LED Storm, aka Mad Gear. This game has a really good soundtrack. In fact, it was made by Takashi Tateishi, the guy who did the Mega Man 2 soundtrack. He made that soundtrack the same time he made the Mega Man 2 soundtrack. So a lot of songs have similar motifs between the two of them, and it's really cool because you hear the Mega Man 2 style stuff, but in the arcade FM Capcom sound that they had in, like, the mid-'80s, which is just incredible. And I had to put that in this video because it's a fitting part for the scene where Kirby, like, delivers the final blow, much to Pac-Man and Bomberman's terror.
Hey, that's cheating.
Hey, that's cheating!
No! Yeah, it's the no scream is really goofy for Pac-Man, but I didn't know how else to do it properly. Like, no! Like, actually, that would have been better for that, but, you know, just, nah. I didn't know how to do things in 2022. Then again, I don't know how to do things now. Cut to silence. That's one of my favorite audio gags to do, where you just, like, there's stuff going on and, like, a big dramatic hit, like, or like in like a thing, but it's just cut to silence and you just hear the sound on set. It's one of my favorite gags to do, and this is a good example of that. Also, with Kirby, the little scream, the little yell Kirby does when he like swings the pillow. I was trying to mimic the sound he makes in Super Smash Bros. For Wii U when he does. I think it's also the same Final Smash in Smash Ultimate. The one where he pulls out the sword and he's like does that final slash where he goes ha-kia! Like, I was trying to mimic that, but obviously I couldn't do it properly, so I just did the best I could. And I mean, you gotta appreciate the effort, but at the same time, it's like I could do better, and I just proved it to you. I did it just there. I may not be Makiko Omoto, but I am Andrew Ambrose, and Andrew Ambrose can do better than Andrew Ambrose in 2022.
Wow, that was fun, guys. What should we do next?
Animal Crossing.
You know,
I love that little moment. It's such a little cute little moment there where like Kirby like he beats them. He's like wow, that was fun. Let's do, what do we do next? And he's like, oops. He's like uh-oh, I went a little too far. Not only just Kirby's like reaction, but also that Animal Crossing sound effect. Just a little ooh 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 ooh. The ooh 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 right there. I love that shit. It's some stuff from this. I've criticized this video a lot, but there's plenty that still holds up from this, like what I've done here, and I'm definitely proud of a lot of what I did here, and this was definitely a big undertaking. I forgot to mention earlier that this wasn't the first time I ever did a scripted video at all. I had previously done scripted stuff before. This is actually technically my first scripted original story. But in terms of scripted stuff with camera work and everything, I did 2 remakes. I did a remake of 2 Peter Wentzlau videos back in 2019, when I was 15. Peter Wentzlau, of course, being the guy who made Tannic the Hedgehog. He did a bunch of other videos, and 2 of them I decided to remake myself because of massive fixation I had back in the day. But aside from that, and all the video game and all the Andrew Reviews episodes, this I never wrote a script story that was originally my own. So this was really the first time I ever did that, at least to my knowledge. I could be misremembering, but this was a bit of a coming of age kind of thing, because like I said, this was right as I was finishing high school. I finished this just after graduating high school, and this just so and now it's like my most successful thing ever. So I don't know, it's there's something quite poetic about that, I gotta say.
I
Click.
can't help but notice that I've really been watching what I ate these past few years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, I still eat a lot, don't get me wrong, but I won't eat just anything nowadays.
A more casual conversation, aside from the regular dialogue.
Yeah, dude, like back then?
I certainly see what you mean.
Hold on.
I certainly see what you mean.
Yeah, I don't know why I wrote that for Kirby. Like, he wouldn't say something like the way I write him, I wouldn't have him say something like that, like, I certainly see what you mean. I would do that more for Bomberman, but not for Kirby. But I would probably just put I getcha or something like that. Like,
I getcha.
Like something along those lines, but I don't know. Yeah, I made some. I mean, a lot of weird decisions with this, and that was definitely one of them. But yeah, this little casual conversation moment. It's pretty nice.
I was an absolute pig. You know that commercial where I ate the Arby's logo? That was no simple.
My Blue Sky banner,
Really
and also my Twitter banner, I think.
It's a damn good thing I'm able to eat just about anything while still remaining light on my toes.
Like a ninja.
Yeah, exactly.
Bomberman B-Dub on Bakugaiden reference.
In Championship Edition 2 were 99, and that's for a very good reason. Now, Clyde.
I miss
sure
Pac-Man
you're ready
99.
to go in? Don't worry.
Well, Pac-Man 99 I can still play it, but you can't buy it anymore because they delisted it. God damn it, Bandai Namco. Do better, please. For the love of God. You're doing good this year with Pac-Man. Do even better next year and going forward, because 99 was one of the best Pac-Man games ever made. I would have played it more if I had the time, but I still played plenty of it, and I love what Arika did with it. Come on. But anyway, here comes one of my classic gags.
Blinky, I thought of the perfect entrance. I ate so
Uh,
many
look,
keys back
the-
then that
the mic
sometimes I
pop.
felt like I was about
The
to
perfect entrance. Spider-Man reference. Hold on. Oh, God, hold on.
It's crazy.
Okay. Someone just showed up at the door. But I'm not going to answer it. The Spider-Man reference is like the 60s Spider-Man intro with the ba 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 ba. Again, it goes into the intro. Yeah, that part, like, it took me plenty of takes to, have the fan spinning, to throw Clyde into it and make sure that he ricocheted off of it properly. It took me a few tries, but I got it, and, it's still a nice gag. Where he just, like, jumps up and he's like, ricochets. And, of course, Blinky's reaction. It's classic. And, of course, the line that comes after it.
Saving the day, just like Spider-Man.
Hey!
Clyde, what the heck are you doing here? Well, I just decided to crash for the night.
You crashed our slumber party.
Well, at least I kept my word.
Alright. I mentioned earlier that this was the bit. I mentioned earlier that, like, this all started from a little short idea involving Pac-Man, Kirby, and Clyde. That was it. That's the part I was talking about. That's where it all started. Before Bomberman was even in the picture, it was just Pac-Man and Kirby and Clyde. The original idea I wrote with, like, this was before I even came up with the idea of a slumber party. It was just the idea of them hanging out. Clyde crashes through a window into the room, and he says the Spider-Man line as a little funny haha. And they're like, "What are you doing here?" He's like, I just thought I'd crash for the night. And Kirby's like,
You crashed through our window.
and he's like, "Well, at least I kept my word." Like, the original joke was that he literally crashed through a window to get inside. Which, obviously I couldn't do that because I don't have prop glass, or even, like, CG prop glass to do that gag, but, that's what I originally came up with. And after I got Bomberman, that was when I was like, I don't remember exactly what gave me the idea to make it about a slumber party, but I knew it was like a fun, like, it was a bit, I guess, from the best of my memory, I think it was just me thinking of, like, a fun scenario that, like, has a sort of nostalgic feel. Because plush videos tend to evoke that vibe, because it's literally, they use toys to play the characters, and you'll puppet them around and stuff. So it has that it's sort of fitting for that vibe for it. So it's like, sorry, my throat's really itchy right now. That's basically, this is the scene that started this whole idea from the get-go, way, like, back in, like, April or May of 2020. It would have been, like, April. I'd have to check my archives. But, yeah, it's like, that's the start of the whole thing, kids. It's beautiful.
Hey, while you're here, you want to join our party?
Are you sure about that, Pac-Man?
Are you sure?
We could use a
This
little
doesn't
extra
seem like a
company.
wise
You
idea.
really mean it? Oh, thanks, Pac-Man.
Thanks, Pac-Man.
That's settled. It's time for...
Bomberman.
That's me.
Hey.
We would have done Pac-Man party. but
Thumbnail.
that would have been too predictable.
I love this shot so much. The Bomberman montage. Then they had the GameCube controllers because this is the Wii Virtual Console version of Bomberman 93. This was before I got an actual PC engine, interestingly enough. I still have all those controllers, and I can still play this Virtual Console version. I don't really need... Well, I do have the multi-tap. I don't have enough for 5 players, but, I got the full setup. Also, full fact, this part right here, this last shot of the TV, if you're watching this on YouTube, this part is blacked out, because when I initially exported the video file, I did not, I somehow missed that this part blacked out, because the software I used screwed up during the export process. It sometimes does that, and I have to, like, go back and fix that. Sadly, though, I didn't realize that in time for when I finally released this video, and when I saw it on YouTube about a week later, it was like, oh crap, I screwed up, I didn't have the thing in. So I had to go back to my computer and re-export the video with the thing intact, and thankfully it exported properly this time. and I put it on the Internet Archive for people to download. And if you go in the description of that video, you'll find the link to go to the page to download, to see the, unadulterated Pac-Man Slumber Party, and to download it as well. So, yeah, that's a lesson that we can all learn. Always make sure, whenever you export something, watch it through. Make sure that your software did not, screw anything up. It didn't, cut out any audio or video. Because you never know. You just gotta be very careful about that. It's something, obviously, I'm very, careful about now. And I learned that from this. But, you gotta be really careful about that whole process. Also, I gotta say, filming this Bomberman footage of me playing on the TV, it was just me against CPUs. This took way too long for me to, film. I think it took, 10, maybe 15 minutes to just film this footage. I was hoping it wouldn't take too long, but I had to, fight the CPUs and make sure that I won as White Bomber, because that's who Bomberman in the video is playing as, because obviously it's literally him. It's man, hey, I did it for the art, and it clearly paid off because it's my most successful video on my YouTube channel. Yeah. Victory! He's spazzing out. I love that. And they're screen tearing for some reason.
I'm getting pretty tired, gang. You ready to call it a night?
I'm getting pretty tired.
It is getting pretty close to
Bedtime.
Bedtime.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Alright, guys. Now we can get some shut-eye. Kirby, you do the honors.
Way ahead of you, Pac-Man.
The NES Zapper. Fun fact, that is not... You might be able to tell just by looking at it in the video, but that's not a Nintendo NES Zapper. That is a Hyperkin Zapper. I used to have the original Nintendo Zapper, or rather the original orange Nintendo Zapper. I don't have the gray. I never had the gray one, but I'd love to own that because it's so peak. I used to have the orange one, but then I sold it with my first NES. Then I realized about a year after that was a bad move, so I bought a second NES and got the Hyperkin blaster because it's cheaper than a Nintendo one. It works just fine, but it doesn't have the same satisfying click from the Nintendo Zapper, and also it's a lot lighter weight, so it doesn't have the weight of the Nintendo one, or the weight of most other light guns, or even a real gun, but that goes without saying. This whole thing with them in the bed, I just want to say that I meant to mention earlier, this bed is no longer in this room. This is the same room I filmed this video in. You could see all the stuff around me, but that bed is no longer in here. That bed actually, to go back a bit, that bed is actually the top bunk of a bunk bed that my mom got for me and my brother when we were kids in the previous house we lived in. And originally it was a bunk bed where we slept on each bunk, but then we decided to detach each of the bunks and make them just separate beds all on ground level, and we each slept in our own beds. And we obviously, when we moved into our current house, we moved the beds here. The bottom bunk is the one that's in my brother's room, and I took the top bunk as my bed when I, put it in here. Eventually, we moved that bed out of this room because we put it in a different room where I currently sleep in. But it just so happens that about a month ago, my mom actually got me a brand new bed, and now we haven't gotten rid of the bed that I was using for a while, but it's no longer being used. We still haven't really decided what to do with it. But I've got a new bed, and in place of the bed being in this room, now there's a half of a couch, basically. And it allows for a lot more space in here. And also just a place for me to put my stuff, what I was using my bed for. Yeah, it's just amazing how things change with time, It's just looking back at this, it really, these older videos of mine, it really is a time capsule, seeing how things changed since I made them, And that's the beauty of these older videos, really, aside from what I did back then.
Good night.
And of course, Kirby shooting the light out with the NES Zapper, that is a reference to awesome video games. Yes. I did a lullaby remix of this song from the Famicom version of the Dragon Slayer game Romancia. It was Compile ported Romancia to the Famicom, and they did original music for it. And for this scene, I decided to do a lullaby remix on the Famicom disk system. And it took me a few tries to really figure out how I would handle it, but what I came up with here, honestly, it's pretty good. I don't know if I'd do it the same nowadays, but, it still sounds good. I like what I did with it here, and it's sort of a nice dreamy sort of moment before they show up. Dee 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 dee.
They asleep, Binky? Yep.
You can barely
Alright,
see them unless you
let's
crank
roll,
the
guys.
brightness up. Metal Gear 2 music, let's go! I love this low ground shot. I mean, obviously it's a little jerky because of the camera, me trying to, crawl on the ground with the camera like it's... like I'm James Rolfe in, the mid-80s or something. Yeah, you see them with their weapons of choice. I love the Metal Gear 2 soundtrack so much. So it's great I got to use it here. There they are. And there they are. With Clyde. It's the perfect music for being sneaky.
Clyde,
Wake up!
will you? Oh, what?
What?
Clyde, it's me. Oh, come on, Blinky. Just a few more minutes. You'll get that soon enough.
I should also mention that this you'll notice in a lot of my videos I do a lot of single shots of characters where I do a line and then I do a different shot and then I do another line and I do another shot. The reason I wouldn't do that normally if it didn't allow, because the reason I do that is because it's hard to transition between different voices in the same shot unless you speak the line, wait about a half second, and then do it. If you're trying to pace the dialogue faster, and you're switching the voice, the transition is kind of muddy. So it's like you're trying to do a voice. It's like I'm doing a voice right now, but then I change it to this one, and then I change it to this one, and then I change it to this one. It sounds not the best. It doesn't flow smoothly. What's better is if I do the line in the voice, then do another line in the different voice in a separate thing, so that they start and stop, the start and end of the line properly flows. And then I just, in editing, I just cut them close together so that they flow, one after the other, how it should be, or how I want it to be in the video. But with this video, you'll notice there's a lot more of, shots of, multiple characters talking without any cuts. So unless it's, a thing where it's, there's a longer pause, you'll notice, in this part with Blinky and Clyde talking with each other, I'm switching between the voice so fast that it's a weird transition between the voices, and it doesn't sound the best. So a little insight on that I thought I'd mention here.
Voice down. We can't have any of them waking up and catching us. Alright. What am I supposed to do now? Stand in the back and look pretty.
Stand in the back and look pretty. Like Pretty Bomber.
Do with that fly swatter. I'm gonna smack Pac-Man.
Yeah, that did not sound like Clyde. I was like, what are you gonna do with that fly swatter? I was trying to do the character voices while also whispering, because they're supposed to be quiet.
We're ready when you are.
Copy that, Blinky. This tickle leaf I brought should do the...
Man, my mouth is pasty. I better go get myself some water.
Hey, my mouth isn't pasty, but it's really dry. Uh-oh, they got caught in 4K, as my friend Damon put it.
What's everyone screaming about?
The screaming part. This scene is definitely the one where I had a good idea, but I had no idea how to properly do it, so I just kind of had to wing it. Because when the characters, I don't know, like when I film each of the characters screaming, I don't remember exactly how long the scream of the previous character was, or at least how, like, when I would have to end the scream. So as you see in the video, they all, they start, like, one after another, and that part's fine. But when they end, like, prematurely, while other characters are still screaming. So it's like, because I didn't know how long it would be, so I just had to, I just let out a scream and let it go for a few seconds and see how well it worked in the editing. And, well, they all start and stop at, the starting is fine. The stopping is, they stop at, random times, and then Kirby's scream, of course, it lasts at least another second or two after everyone else stops. It's it's unless I had on the standby a full thing that lets me listen to it in real time so I can time it properly, I wouldn't have been able to pull it off any better than I did here. Even now, I don't know how the hell I would have properly done this part where they're all screaming. Man, the gag is funny, they're just ah! And then they wake up and just ah! I don't know. It is what it is,
You guys are a bunch of bullies. All I wanted was some sleep.
Another PT reference.
What's going on here? Condition red, you guys.
Bosconian.
Fight him and get out of here.
We got Bosconian. Hit it. X68000 Bosconian. Let's go.
You stay right here and try to hold.
Perfect, because it's a Namco
I'll be right
video.
back to bail you out.
I'll be back to bail you out. Pac-Man sounds a little too deep in that scene. Also, instead of an actual fight scene, it's just them holding them off like they're playing football. And it looks kind of awkward because they're just standing there. Menacingly! I don't know. It gets better after this, obviously, where they actually do a little bit of, actual physical, stuff.
How could you lie to us like that?
Wait.
Well, it won't be the first time you've been betrayed, Kirby.
Come on, I know there's gotta be one around here somewhere.
The
You
bed!
didn't really want to be at our party. You just didn't want us to find out about your gang's scheme.
But I did want to join it.
Scheme.
I loved every hour of it. Kitchen cabinet, why must you fail me in my
Bob
time?
Ross in the background!
Clyde, no one...
That was in, you noticed in the background, Bob Ross is playing on the TV? That was 100% intended. I love Bob Ross, and I was watching a lot of his, old reruns on, Pluto TV at the time when I was making this, and just watching a lot of stuff I like on Pluto TV. So, what I did when I was filming this scene in the kitchen, where, he's looking for the power pellet, I put on the Bob Ross channel on Pluto TV and just had that running in the background. I made sure in the shot you could see it before Pac-Man runs off to the side, because Bob Ross absolutely owns and is awesome, and he's cool and great, and God rest his soul, he was an amazing man and an amazing painter. Also, I love the delivery of the line I give, kitchen cabinet, why must you fail me in my time of need? It's dramatic. I don't know, I love how I did it here. I don't know, it was always a nice moment I liked in this. Also, I love the lighting here, because there's that light over there, on the kitchen counter. It's great.
Likes a liar. Now tell us the truth.
Obscure reference that only I will get.
It was Blinky's idea to let Clyde crash your party.
Really? Come on, guys. You have him right there. Fight him!
Uh-oh.
Oh, no,
The dramatic camera. Get him, Bomberman! Or get her, Bomberman! Yeah!
Pinky, you're gonna
Pay for that, you little brat! Does the bomb.
Bomberman! Let him go!
Somehow I didn't think to put an explosion sound for that other bomb. The one that flew past Blinky. Also, I gotta say, I love, the explosion, just the thing for Pinky. I need to do another thing where Bomberman uses his bomb. It's been 3 years. Oh my god. Oh wait, no, I did do another one. I did in the bombless video.
It's art!
Pinky got blasted. It serves her right, 'cause she's mean and smelly, and she doesn't eat all of her vegetables, and she makes loud noises in restaurants. Alright, but yeah, Blinky jumps Bomberman, and Kirby, oh my sweet beloved Kirby. This happens.
Prepare to succumb to the wrath of our venom.
No!
Not so fast, you two. Pac-Man.
Pac-Man!
Yeah?
You
and
made
now
it!
it's time to finish this with Pac Power.
This, of course, well, first of all, you can barely see it in there. But this, of course, first time using the power pellet in a video, but I didn't have a proper prop for the power pellet. Like, I didn't have anything that really resembled one, so I just found the next best thing, and I found a red ball in the house. I don't even remember what it was. I think it was like a bocce ball. I don't know. It was some kind of hard, heavy red ball. It might have been a bocce ball. But I just used that because that's what I had for the power pellet. Eventually, when I did the Christmas special later this same year, my mom had bought a bunch of dryer balls, like those soft cotton balls you put in the dryer to make your clothes softer. She bought a bag of those, and they were white and round. They were the same size as my plushes. And I was like, this is perfect. This is the perfect prop for the power pellet. And I used it in that video. I haven't seen those dryer balls around the house in a long time, but hopefully I can find one and keep one in my room in case I need to use it again, because it's the perfect plush prop power pellet, at least from what I've been able to find. It's amazing how well it worked for that. But here, you don't get that. You get a red ball that you can't even see because I turned the darkness up a little too much in the shot. With the color correction and everything. I mean, that's how it is. Like, sometimes you're trying to make things look dark, but you kind of go a little too far, and it just looks like that. Pixar made the exact same mistake when they made the movie Brave. Like, it's really dark. Like, the movie's, like, way darker than it should be. Like, the only way it wouldn't be dark is if you're watching it in a theater. But when you're watching at home on, like, a computer or on a TV, it's almost impossible to see stuff. And I can kind of relate to Pixar in that way, but they're a big studio, and I'm just a single dude just making videos on my own time, and not even getting paid for them, aside from Patreon donations. But yeah, it's like, if I can screw up, then so can Pixar, I guess. Even though it was years before I actually made this video, but the sentiment still remains.
Uh-oh.
Now, Clyde.
Say you're sorry. I'm sorry.
All is forgiven.
Ed, Edd n Eddy reference. The hat of discipline. Do you live in a
Sorry
cave?
I left you hanging like that, guys.
It's alright, Pac-Man. We're just happy
I think that's the only time I've used...
Let's get back to bed.
That's the only time I've used the Scared Ghost plush in one of my scripted videos. I think. I'm pretty sure. I've used the Scared Ghost plush in one of my cosplay videos, but I don't, but in terms of the scripted ones, I haven't used it since then. I should use it again, like, just in case of, I don't know, I will say, though, in the darkness, like, the shot with, Scared Inky there, like, the blue and the white really, like, looks really good in the dark. I love that, like, the way that crimson, that, like, glow of sorts with the white and everything. I don't know, it looks cool. But yeah, Pac-Man eats them all, they go back to bed, and then Soul Blazer music, because the video started with an ActRaiser song, so we go to the second game Quintet made, which was Soul Blazer, which is a great game, and I won't let anyone tell me otherwise. And the music is great too.
Say that again.
You could say that again.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning,
Wow,
guys.
Kirby, you really must have slept well despite that last-minute chaos.
Chaos!
Though,
I am a bit upset.
What's wrong?
What's wrong?
I feel pretty bad for Clyde. He was really enjoying himself at our party. It's a massive shame that it ended the way it did.
Don't feel bad about it, Kirby. Blinky was just taking advantage of him.
Yeah, that's the thing about this video that I've since kind of corrected in the stuff after it, and part of why, aside from the character universe thing, it's also why I don't consider this canon. when I made this video, I wanted to do a thing where obviously Clyde, or where Blinky, like, takes advantage of Clyde's, sensibilities and, like, desires to, like, basically allow him to satisfy him while still doing something, real, like, mean or nasty, or, something like that. And Clyde, Clyde knows about that it's for a prank, but later on it's really, like, a really kind of, he kind of feels guilty about it because of the fun he's had with him, and of course about how mean the prank is, because Blinky's literally going to slap Pac-Man in the face with a fly swatter. That's pretty mean. I mean, it's not as mean as, like, slapping him in the face with your hand, but it's still mean. You're fucking hitting someone in the face while they're trying to sleep. Like, that's screwed up. Not screwed up to the max, but you shouldn't be doing that to people. Blinky is very clearly in the wrong, obviously. I had the idea of just doing that, with that, but after that, I realized that I kind of regretted it, because, yeah, Blinky, obviously, he's a very, very schemy kind of guy and everything, but, like, it made it look like Clyde was being peer pressured by the rest of the gang. And I don't think I even wanted to do that with this video. It's like, it was kind of hinting towards that, and people kind of got the impression of that, at least from what I've seen in the comments. I don't think I ever wanted to do that. I don't remember. I certainly don't want to do it now, because, despite, Blinky, his conniving ways, like, the way, at least how I write him, he does care for all of his friends. Like, Pinky, Inky, and Clyde, he cares for all of them. And Clyde, and you wouldn't, like, obviously, he's the leader of the bunch, and you know him well, but he's not, like, berating everyone and, like, forcing them to, like, do everything, or, well, not forcing, but, like, just, like, being a peer pressurer. I don't want to make it seem like Clyde is being a victim of peer pressure, so I don't do that with the other videos. Like, obviously, Blinky still has that edge to him, and he'll still yell at Clyde and, like, berate him about stuff, but he won't, like, I don't want to ever make it seem like he's peer pressuring him, and Clyde never wants to do what the group is doing. Like, he is, like, the outlier of the group. He tends to do things his own way. He's a bit of a free spirit, which is part of why he's my favorite of the Ghost Gang. But it's not like he doesn't want to, like, it's not like he doesn't want to, go after Pac-Man and chase him and do the stuff. It's just the fact that he doesn't want to be mean to Pac-Man. It's like he wants to be, he's chill with Pac-Man. He likes him. It's just that he also likes, chasing him and everything. It's all part of fun to him. So it's like, he's cool with his pals, because it's not like they're, like, fake friends that just, like, drag him along for stuff. They are genuinely friends. It's the best friends, even. It's just I really wanted to make that clear here in this commentary. Like, I didn't want to make it seem like it was peer pressure in this video, and I definitely want to not make it seem like it's peer pressure in everything after, especially now going forward. So if you ever thought that was what I was going for here, like, you can still feel, like, I'm not saying you shouldn't, like, feel that way, because art is open to interpretation, and everyone has the right to. I'm just making it clear I never intended that for Clyde, and I'm sorry if it made it seem like I was doing that with him, where he's, like, being a peer pressure victim that didn't want to go with the group, but he was forced to because, stuff, he couldn't stand up for himself kind of thing. I never intended that with him. He is friends with the group, and he does go along with them. It's just that, well, he likes to do things his way, and that's just how he rolls. Yeah, but anyway, let's wrap things up.
I'm sure Clyde still meant well, and we still had a wonderful time with him.
Yes.
We certainly did.
Yes.
Now, how about we go get some breakfast?
Yeah!
Your mind?
I have just the thing.
Bisquick! Do you like waffles? Yeah, we like waffles. Cue the credits! Produced by me! Mirror Jam by Toby Comey, let's go! Written by me! Directed by me! Camera work by me! Voice work by me! And edited by moi. Yeah, it is a bit funny that everything is done by me, but that's the truth. Like, I don't mean to be conceited, but I do everything. Except for the music. That's done by other people, and I do credit them. And of course, whenever I get guest voices for my videos, I credit them as well. And they do great job, and they do great work. Yes. This part, of course, for the I haven't done this since then, because this was like I said, this is basically like a pilot. So, because of how special this video was, I took another page out of Jackie Chan's book and made the end credits have outtakes, which, you know, that whole part is all fine and good with the outtakes, and I love I put them in there. I would have kept up doing that, but I just decided not to, because, I don't know, it's like, the other videos after that, they're their own thing, and I just didn't, like, I thought I'd keep things simple, but because of how special this video was, I felt inclined to do the outtakes. But this one right here, with them all spinning on the turntable, this was just like a random funny thing I did, while I was filming the scene of the Ghost Gang discussing their plan on top of the turntable. It was while I was, trying to film the scene that I got the funny idea of just filming a little something of them spinning around and then just put it on my Twitter for people to gawk at while I was making this video. And as it turns out, that video got over hundreds of likes on Twitter and lots of retweets and everything. It was insane. I managed to that video, and of course I also posted it on my YouTube channel. You can see it on there. It's called Revolution, because they're revolving around the world revolving. That video got a lot of views, and it got a lot of retweets and likes on Twitter while I was still making Pac-Man Slumber Party, or I think it was it's since got a lot of reach. So even when I was making the video, I was a lot of people were really taking notice. And hey, I have a feeling that video reaching so many people might have been part of why Pac-Man Slumber Party itself managed to reach so many people. It's really interesting to think about. I guess it really was that golden moment for me in mid-2022 when I started really to reach people. From that point going into 2023 and throughout 2023. I don't know, it's fascinating, really. But, yeah. Also, yeah, Miru Jam, that's the song playing here. It's a PC Engine extension of the score ranking theme, from the results theme from the Famicom version of Pac-Man Championship Edition, made by the amazing Coke 774 and M2. My friend Toby Comey, aka Brian, aka Toby Comey, he made that years ago, and I knew it would be the perfect thing to put at the end of this video. And it just so happens that Brian watches a lot of my plush videos and he loves them. And Brian, if you're watching this, I love you, man. I've said it before, but you're fucking amazing. I love you, dude. But yeah, just the end. I love the way the ending here. I really made it. I really wanted to make it something special, with that Miru Jam and with the outtakes. Just looking back on it, it really is just, a reminder of that this was my coming of age kind of thing, which is ironic because I did something that I imagine a lot of people would consider pretty juvenile, and I can understand, but I really believed in what I was doing here, and I'm still proud of a lot of the stuff I did here, even if I've, of course, grown since then and done things better, even now. But yeah, continue. Knock the camera. Bum ba-dum, bum ba-dum, bum 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 ba-dum, bum ba-dum, bing 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 doo ba da ba doo ba dee da da dee da da lee dee da lee doo 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 doo. Oh, it fell off the tripod. You can see my leg. Disgusting. Bomberman. dum bum 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 dooby 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 scoo doo doo da doo doo dee da doo 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 boop 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 beep 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 dee 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 bro doo bum dum beam bo dee bro dee doo beam bum dooby 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 doo 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 dee doo 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 da ba da ba da ba doo. Hey, look, there's me. Oh yeah, this was, and of course this was just after I started my Patreon, so we have my one sole patron at the time, Austin Kaiser. You know who you are what you is what you am, a cow don't make ham. Love you, Austin. Yeah, there's the outtakes I mentioned with the Spider-Man retrieving Clyde. Na 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 la da do da do la na 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 la da 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 la da do da 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 la da do da 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 la da 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 la blah 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 blah. We remote! Yay! And it's fitting that I picked Miru Jam for the end of that video because I start all my scripted story plush videos with the intro song from Pac-Man because that song is a remix of all the songs from Pac-Man. But yeah, there it is. Pac-Man Slumber Party. You know, it was great going back and, you know, commenting on everything and all the little nuances here and there of all the stuff I did and all the stuff and everything, my critiques, but also my praisals of what I've done. It's good to go back and do this sort of thing because it really shows. Well, one, it's great to give your fans an insight of things that were going through your crazy mind when you were doing things, or at least what you can remember from your crazy mind in the past. But it's also good to just reflect on what you were doing then, what you learned from that, and how you grew from that event, and how it got you to where you are now. And I will say, if I didn't make it clear enough throughout the video, for the love of God, if you love what I did with Pac-Man Slumber Party, please watch my newer stuff, my newer videos. They may not have, you know, a lot of them may not be Pac-Man videos. A lot of them may not be as long as this one. It might not be as much action-packed stuff. But the writing is better. The voice acting is better. The editing is usually better. For the love of God, please, I implore you to, if you love what I did here, I've made plenty of other plush videos after this. Go check those out because I've done even better with them, and I promise you, you will get at least some amount of joy like you have with this video, because this may be my golden goose, but it's not my best work, and I have improved so much since then. You will, please, I can't stress that enough. And hey, don't let me take this away from you. I'm so happy that people are still enjoying Pac-Man Slumber Party. They have every right to still enjoy Pac-Man Slumber Party. I'm proud of what I did here for the most part, and I will, you know, I will continue to be thankful that everyone is enjoying this video. Just please, given that all my other plush stuff doesn't get nearly as much engagement as this one, because not as many people have seen what I've done after this, I highly encourage that you go watch it. It's on my channel. I've got playlists. If you can't find it on my channel, it really would mean the world to me if you did see my other stuff, because I've grown and improved so much with, you know, my voice acting and my, you know, my voice acting has gotten so much better, and my voice acting and my writing. So just, But yes, thank you all so much for the love you've given Pac-Man Slumber Party over the past 3 years. given how, like, you know, how much of a stepping stone it was for me, it really is amazing to see that it's the one that gets the most, like hits online. And moving forward, I'm hoping more people will enjoy it, and that you'll also enjoy all the stuff I've done after it. And of course, I'm hoping to make more great videos like it as much as I possibly can, on top of all my other projects, primarily my music and stuff. So, well, I guess that's really all there is to say about that. I hope you all enjoyed this commentary video. It was great, you know, going through this and just discussing everything, and maybe in the future I'll do more commentaries on my previous stuff. Obviously I can't do them super often because I'm still making things, but, you know, obviously I'm more than happy to, like, give my behind the scenes on stuff for all of you guys to learn a little something about what goes through my head. But, and yeah, like, if you enjoyed what you saw, be it this video, the video I watched, or this video of me watching the video, feel free to subscribe, feel free to like and comment. That all that stuff really helps me. The typical stuff. Ring the bell. Check out my Patreon if you want to support me. The $5 a month if you want to do it. Thank you so much to all of my patrons. You all are great. And you make things at least a little bit better for me, and I can't appreciate that enough. And, well, consider this a little Christmas present for you guys as well. My last big thing for 2025. And here's hoping that we'll have some more great times amidst all of the grand evil in 2026. As always, thank you everybody for watching. I'm Andrew Ambrose, and I will catch you later.